there, I'm Rebecca Williamson. I'm the publisher of FiercePharma, and I'm here today with Patrick Aysseh, the president of Tomorrow Networks, a division of Aptus Health. Patrick, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks very much for having me.
So, Patrick, what are your pharma clients looking for when they talk to Tomorrow Networks?
Firstly, our focus is on mobile geo-targeting solutions exclusively for healthcare brands. So when they're talking to us, they're looking for solutions that have the scale of television, but the precision of mobile. They're looking for location-based advertising solutions that drive results, meaningful results. In other words, do we have enough scale to move the needle in terms of script lift and sales activity, and that's what we offer.
Now, there are a lot of mobile ad solutions out on the market. What do you think makes your approach different?
Well, firstly, we've built the business, started 7.5 years ago, and we exclusively focus on healthcare brand needs. So that's very specific in terms of what they're looking for, who they're looking to target. Our solutions were focused, therefore, on finding the right patient populations as well as HCP populations. That's where we focused on location and anchoring at specific locations at a GPS kind of precision level, where we thought there would be the highest concentration of a target population. That has translated primarily to points of care as our anchor locations. And the way that we arrive at which points of care to focus on is through a series of deep analytics to identify the appropriate prescribing behaviors, the appropriate formulary access. We look at market share data to really look at the overall market and see where a brand has the greatest potential for winning when they work with us. We're also able to reach both consumers, patients, and HCPs, and we're able to quantify that through our kind of machine learning-based algorithms. So ultimately, it's about making sure that we're able to reach people at scale to be meaningful, to drive results, and then proving that out, right? And being more transparent, because that transparency is a key element for pharma brands and any kind of advertiser to really prove that out with machine learning-based approaches to determining if we've reached the right people.
So what kind of audience insights can you gain through your approach?
So on the HCP side, because we've done this for several years now and we've accumulated a lot of data, 4 billion impressions so far in the last couple of years. We've focused on 650,000 different points of care over that time period. We've been able to look through all that data and analyze the behaviors and look at frequency analysis and other enhanced data sets to really home in on who might be an HCP based on anonymized data, but with a certain degree of accuracy. So that's one element. That's on the HCP side. On the consumer side, we're able to understand what other locations of interest they might be going to after the point of care to really kind of flesh out who these people are. For instance, if someone goes to the pharmacy frequently, or they go to a gym, or they go to a fast food restaurant, that tells you something about them. We have partnerships with other third-party data vendors that helps us enhance the data that we have on our anonymized data device IDs to further understand them in terms of attitudinal elements, demographics, and psychographics to really kind of flesh out who these people are in terms of personas.
Now, marketers clearly see the opportunity for mobile, and especially at the point of care, but there's always worry about transparency. So how are you all addressing those concerns?
Yeah, it's significant. Our solutions have always been completely data-driven, and we've used data to, again, home in on those locations. At the beginning, it was county level and zip code level locations, and now we're far more kind of hyper-targeted to specific locations where we think there's a high concentration of target audiences, and we work that out with brand teams up front. We show our work to show them how we arrive at our recommendations as to where to focus to get the greatest opportunity to drive sales lift and drive awareness and conversation. So in addition to that, what we've also built up over time has been these data visualization tools to help them understand and see what they're buying or what they're planning to buy. We've built up a product suite called the Command Center, the Tomorrow Networks Command Center, and we actually give that access to them so they can look at different things. So we have tools to track performance of the campaign immediately so they can go day to day and see what's going on. We've also kind of taken a step further because there was a gap in the marketplace in terms of usable performance measurement tools out there that were easy to use. So in our tools we can map out where the activity is happening. You can also drill down by creative to see which creatives are working and which are not, where you want to emphasize certain messages. For instance, the Spanish language sector is really important. And we can identify, for instance, personas and through our clustering analysis where there's a heavy Spanish-speaking audience and actually switch out messaging so we can add Spanish language messaging into the mix. So that, again, it's just more relevant to them and we can drive home that awareness message more effectively.
Very good, very good. Now, are you able to share some of the results from the impact of these campaigns?
Certainly, yeah. We have about 4 billion impressions and transaction level information and date stamps on all those and anonymized device IDs of over 250 million devices over that time. Over time, we've done ROI studies to see our impact on sales lift, and over 50 different studies, we've had about a 4.3% sales lift in new scripts, which is really effective and consistent.
Now, Tomorrow Networks is a division of Aptus Health, which offers other mobile-first offerings like engaged media. What kind of synergies do you all see between the two companies?
Yeah, big time. So the interesting thing about the combination is that if you think of Tomorrow Networks, think of it as kind of a high funnel awareness play, albeit using hyper-targeted geo-signals, and think of engaged media as an adherence platform, kind of lower funnel but deep engagement to engage that user over time to really make sure that they stay on their medication, or they get on their medication and they stay on their medication.
So what are some of the new developments or trends that you all are seeing?
Obviously AI and machine learning are kind of major trends. We've actually been doing that for quite a while to really understand our audiences better and provide more value to our customers by identifying and segmenting different audience types, for instance, within a single campaign. So again, they could optimize and be more effective at future campaigns. And what we're doing now is integrating all that machine learning based persona analysis into our command center visualization product suite. So we can start having those deep conversations with them and they can see it. It's very transparent to them.
Very good, great. Now, before we sign off today, if our viewers want to learn more about you and your company and what you all are doing, where should they go?
TomorrowNetworks.com.
Very good, that was easy.
Thanks.
All right, well, thank you so much, Patrick. Appreciate you talking with us today.
Thanks very much.